Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to a different part of my house. I'm actually working. It's Monday afternoon, and even though I did film my weekly update yesterday, I did not feel that great about posting it. So I thought that I'll just quickly film today while I have about 20 minutes before my next call. And so far, reading wise, my week has been a bit of a bust. I haven't finished anything, but I did DNF two books, and I started one book, and I got a couple of them from the library. So this is going to be one of those videos where I have a lot to talk about, even though I haven't read much. DNF wise, I DNF the book. I don't even remember the name that I started last week. It was a fiction book about like a disease that like it was a laughing disease that was very similar to the tone of the pandemic, and it was taking place in Africa. And I feel like I didn't even give it a serious shot because I lost interest after 8 pages. It was the writing style, it was the content, it was just something that I didn't even put on my Goodreads that I started in DNF because I was like, I don't want to give it any kind of rating. It's not fair. But it's just the fact that it just didn't grab my attention. And I guess that's the kind of reader I am now, where if something is, not really making any sense to me or has lost me within the first 5 minutes, then it's a gone case from that. But the next book that I DNF'd is called How to Do Nothing by Jenny Odell, Resisting the Attention Economy. I got up to 35% of this book, which is about, I think, 60 to 65 pages. And in 60 to 65 pages, I just thought that this is not the kind of book for me, and I'm genuinely not very interested in it. And the reason that I DNF'd this book was because I just thought I'm not the right audience for it. Like, I feel like I need practical advice and things that I can do, implement in daily life, which kind of helps me focus my attention and gives me more of an attention span, helps me concentrate because scrolling through Instagram is something that we all do. And it's just something that I want advice on to how to stay more present and more mindful. And even though maybe that's half of the intention of the book, but then I didn't even get to that part because we were just talking about trees and nature and bird watching, and how the author has basically grown up in California around forests and been watching birds, not just trees. But she's someone who is very in tune with nature, and I did not grow up around forests. Like, there's hills where I grew up in Islamabad, but I didn't really sit in nature for hours and hours observing birds. So I feel like that connection for me is not there. I'm very much a city girl, but at the same time, like, the advice that she had to offer was, in my mind, very wishy-washy. So after 65 pages, I just decided to give it up because I was like, it's just going to be torture if I make myself read this, and I have nothing to learn from it. Now, the next book that I got from the library is called The British Museums, and this is basically a take on the British Museum and about all of the stolen treasures that the colonizers took from the continent of Africa and has basically displayed them in different museums around the world. This is very interesting. This was referenced in the book that I finished last week, which is called Africa is Not a Country. But I only have this for 3 weeks, and this feels like a very chunky academic kind of a book to me. So I'm really hoping that I can make some progress on it, and I'm hoping that I'm able to renew it. Because when it comes to books like this, I really, really want to absorb and read and really take my time with them. But I'm excited to read it, but hopefully I have the focus. And I feel like the reason that I'm not concentrating this book is because I got very distracted by this other book. But this is one that I'm definitely very interested in, and I would like to read it at some point, hopefully in the next few weeks. And the book that basically distracted me from this book is called The Winners by Frederick Backman. This is the third book in the Bear Town trilogy, which is basically set in small town Sweden, I believe. It's about a town that is obsessed with ice hockey, to be specific. And in the first one, we have this tragedy that happens, and I remember the first one very well. And then I realized that I actually really like the second book too. And I like the second book, which is called Us Against You, and I like them because of a certain character called Benji Ovich. And I realized that Benji, the whole book is about Benji. So I read the first page of The Winners, and it made a reference to Benji. And I was like, I don't remember anything from the second book. So I obviously have to read it before I get to The Winners. So basically, I then got Us Against You. And right now, I'm about 86 pages in. And once I finish this, I'll probably be addicted to The Winners. And after that, I'll see if I have enough brain for British Museum. So the book that I'm currently reading is Us Against You. The Winners and the British Museum are on my TBR. And so far, I am constantly buying new books, and I'll do like a haul at some point. And all the books that I'm buying, I'm not really focused on reading them because I keep getting distracted by all these other books that I keep finding. So yeah, that's my weekly update. Let me know what you think about anything that I've said. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.